Why is it that when we slow down, we feel uncomfortable? Because now we have to go inwardly. And people are so busy. They're constantly distracting themselves, or they're working too much, or they're just trying to fill the void from all these external things. The minute that people actually slow down, because maybe they're forced into slowing down. Some people are forced through an injury, for example, and they can't go to work. So now they sit there, and this is when the depression kicks in because they just don't know what to do now. Okay? But it's in those moments. It's in those moments of stillness. Okay? This is where you catch yourself in those moments of stillness when you're observing the ego and you're starting to feel that discomfort now. Okay? You're feeling uncomfortable. This is the ego trying to protect you from you going inwardly. The ego is like always trying to survive, put it that way. But when you're present enough and recognizing you're watching the ego, how the ego works, okay, you're starting to feel irritated. You're observing now because you're forced to sit still. Maybe not even forced. Maybe you're just really trying to deepen your sense of presence right now. Maybe you're really starting to get serious about ascending. Yeah, you're doing the inner work. You're transcending all the ego traits, all the old energies. This is how you do it. You have to be present. You have to be still. And what happens is, yeah, you feel the discomfort. Be with it. Be with the energy. You may feel the irritation on your chest physically. You can feel it. Maybe your breath is starting to ramp up a bit. Okay, maybe you're feeling anxious. A lot of people feel anxious in this process. Even boredom. People feel bored, and it's a big thing to feel bored. But it's just the discomfort. It's just the energy. It's energy trying to shift, and you're not used to that. So the more that you practice this, and what happens is then it will start to soften. If you lose the resistance to the discomfort right now, lean into that your experience, okay? Because it's only temporary. It's gonna pass. But when you lose the resistance, it'll shift a lot quicker. Then you have access internally. Now you have access internally. Not many people have access internally to their spirit. This is where all the answers lay. This is where all the healing takes place. This is where all the clarity is at. We can go and see many healers. We can read lots of books. We can watch lots of content. But the real work takes place is when we go inwardly. Just knowing how to go inwardly is doing nothing, just being. So bringing presence into your daily life. Every day you're present. And if you're not used to that, you start with the small things, okay? You have your meal, you eat your meal, okay? Not watching anything, just eat your meal. Don't watch TV or whatever you watch, YouTube or whatever, okay? Have your meal, finish your meal, okay? You finish your meal, now sit there in presence then. Because there's some people straight after meal, what do? Then they'll go back to the screen, back to scroll and all that. But just be. And then you're generating more energy internally for your food to digest now. Okay, you're sitting there and you're going in. So finding those opportunities, those gaps, and it's good to cultivate this practice every single day. So have a look in your life where you always trying to distract yourself. Maybe whenever you make yourself a cup of tea or whatever, while the kettle's boiling, are you someone, be real with yourself, who struggles to just be present while the kettle's boiling, or you need to pick up the phone and scroll? You need to go do something, you need to call someone. Because why are you feeling uncomfortable in those moments? Because you're so used to running from yourself. It's not that bad. It's the resistance that makes it feel bad. It's the resistance. When you lean into it, you realize it's not that bad. I have access home now. Sometimes you may feel the emotions when you tap in because they're the emotions that you've been running from for years. For years, even childhood. So it's okay. You're safe. You're safe to feel. When we feel, that's how we heal. And it's okay to feel bored. Okay, it can feel very uncomfortable. Sometimes, we're tired. We have those days where it's like, okay, I'm not going to go to the gym. We're bringing self-discipline now. I'm not going to go and train today. I'm going to sit here, and then your body's fighting that. You're like, oh, but I want to go and train. Yeah, take shoulders day. I want to get to the gym and train, man. But it's like, and then you're feeling irritated because you're going against that. We're bringing self-love and self-discipline through listening to our bodies as well. Yeah, if you're tired, you're tired. That's okay. You can train tomorrow or the day after. But in those moments where you feel uncomfortable, this is your ego. It's trying to get you to go. But you're tired. Your body's like, I need to chill out right now. I need to rest. You see? And if you really struggle through the process, bust out a pen and pad. journal, write down, just write what's coming to you, write how you feel. And that's a good thing about journaling, because you're understanding yourself more, you're learning more about you, what triggers you, what makes you feel uncomfortable, what you're running from. You see, you gain a lot of clarity through journaling. Okay, how do I journal? You don't even need to have a certain way of journaling. You just write what comes to you, write whatever's on your mind at the time, and things will shift. So use those moments, okay? Keep using moments. Maybe you're waiting for to pick up the children from school. Okay, while you're waiting, try not to pick up the phone or distract yourself, or go and talk to the other parents. Maybe just stand there and look around. Okay, look at the birds, stand near the tree, and just be real present and listen and just hear and tune in. Okay, cultivate presence. Keep doing that. You're in the supermarket, there's a big giant line. Great, that's a good time. Use all these times to practice presence. These are the best times to practice presence, because then what happens here is we're cultivating patience as well. That's a big thing. We're cultivating patience in those moments. And a lot of us struggle with patience. We think it needs to happen right here, right now. What about even, you have your spiritual awakening, and you ain't trying to be involved in any matrix jobs and careers and stuff. You trying to do things your way now from your soul. But then you're ahead about it now because you don't even know what to do. You have an idea. You want to give service. You want to do something that makes you feel lit, right? That's going to benefit others. But you're not quite sure what steps to take, so you're feeling impatient now. I've been awake for so long. I've had my spiritual awakening. I've gone through dark night of soul. I'm doing all this and that, but I still don't know what direction to go in. So then surrender that and be present and watch the ego. The ego's pulling you because you need to be doing. You need to be doing. The ego tells you need to be here right now. You need to be doing. You need to be this. You need to be that. The ego never wants you to just be still, to just zen. Just be still. Just zen. Zen. Light a candle. It's a good way to zen. Light a candle. Sit there, look into the flame. Maybe put some beautiful frequency music in the background. Some shamanic drumming maybe, because it's very grounding. Some crystal singing bowl music in the background is very grounding if you're used to background noise all the time, because people do that. A lot of people have the music on in the background, or the TV or something, and I've heard people say that to me, because I need some background noise. And it's like, why do you need background noise for? If you need background noise, that means your mind is cluttered, your mind is busy, it's running, escaping. If you really need that background noise as you're cultivating this practice, have the correct background noise. It's going to soothe you. It's calming music. I have a thing for the Zen Japanese music. I find that so calming. I do Tai Chi to that. I do yoga to that. It's a vibe. I dance to that. I put that on. It's like, oof, I'm in it. I'm so in it. I'm not immersed in my head. I'm immersed in the moment. And that's what this time is about. You returning back to your spirit, being immersed in the now moment. So cultivate your moments of presence all throughout the day. Keep doing it, and it gets better. Life gets better. You're in more flow state now. Everything flows. You're no longer going against the current. You're in the present moment. That unpresent moment feels uncomfortable. You accept that. Right now, I feel uncomfortable. Right now, I feel bored and it's bothering me, and I'm feeling irritated now. Under the boredom. What's underneath the boredom? Oof, maybe there's frustration. Oof, why? What's that? Maybe there's anger under that. Why? What? Maybe there's sadness under that, you see? The only way through is through. Don't bypass. Be here, be now, and shift. That's what I'm trying to say. One love.